Hey everybody, welcome Mystical Souls. So glad that you are here with me on a Tuesday evening. So I'm excited that you're here and pulling up some charts, getting ready to chat with everybody. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I'm a traditional evolutionary and Western astrologer. I combine it all in to give you the best combination of interpretations that I possibly can. I invite you to like and subscribe because it helps the algorithm. If you would like to get in the queue, you can sign up in the comment section down below. It is a $40 PayPal donation. If you are looking for an in-depth, more personalized consultation, you can always schedule that at willowgracemystik.com. And I invite all of you that are interested in learning more to dive deeper, to check out my Patreon. I will add a link down below. There's a tier for everyone, and there is a 1-week free trial. So I'm excited that if you choose to join, we will start the live tarot and the live astrology for next Tuesday. All right, for those of you who are interested, please, let's dive in and get started on this. I would love to know your sun, moon, and rising, if you know your top three. And let's see, I have a couple people in the queue. Oh, crying out loud. Hey, sweetie pie, how are you? I have you in the queue. I am definitely excited to be talking to you about things that are going to be coming up. And so let me start with what's going on, and then I'm going to definitely pull yours up. All right, let me pull this on over and make the transition here. Hold on. All right. Yay, I'm super excited that you are here. All right. So for those of you who are here with me, I want to talk about the energy of what's going on, and it's going to be happening. We are moving into eclipse season. We just had a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and that is very organized and structured and detailed, and let's make a plan and let's not waste anything and let's move forward. This is the last time that we should really set intentions for the next couple months, because we are now hot and heavy into eclipse season. This is a time to go with the flow and allow the universe to take us where we're supposed to be going. We are actually in a hybrid eclipse where we are ending the Aries Libra axis eclipse that started a year ago, and we are beginning the Virgo Pisces eclipse season. So the Aries Libra was focused on I and we. Aries is the person, and Libra is the who are you with other people, whether it be with family or work or home, or doesn't matter. It was Libra is the other. And then the Virgo Pisces axis is starting a new 18-month cycle of a beginning of healing and being grounded, but also dissolving things. And so with this, I want to show you the next eclipse, or the eclipse that's going to be on September 17th. We're going to have the sun, and it's going to oppose the moon, because that's what a full moon is. The sun illuminates the moon. It shows us things that were once in the dark that we couldn't see before. The sun is in a harmonious trine with Pluto and with Uranus, and I want to draw the lines to connect this. So you can see the blue here. A trine is when the planets are in harmony and they're all working together. So you've got Pluto, the planet of birth, death, and rebirth, pushing for some form of transformation. Uranus bringing shock and surprise and for our highest good. And the sun is where it's coming from, moving forward and saying, this is where we have to go. Now it's forming a kite formation. A kite formation is when you have two sextiles and a trine pushing forth. And so the top of the kite is the full moon that's conjunct Neptune. A conjunction is when the two planets are merging, or the planet and the moon is merging its energy together. So the Neptune is here to try to dissolve some things, and the moon is being enlightened by. So we have the base of the kite saying this is where things are originating from, the sun in Virgo, where you just set those new moon intentions. And it's using Pluto and Uranus to say, let's work together. Let's make these surprise, shocking opportunities to end and have these new beginnings, because that's what eclipses are. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our lives. It's like a clean sweep, and it's to never go back to the way it was. And in this kite formation, the moon is the end result. And so the moon with Neptune is my feelings, my intuition. At this point, I'm sure all of us are feeling that something is going on, and we don't know exactly where it's leading or what's going on. We're just in the phase of, I feel it, I know it, and I'm not 100% sure, but I know that the shift is coming. And so I'm here to remind you, the shift is coming. And so I'm putting out videos according to the days that lead up to this. We do have a Venus trine Jupiter. So Venus is the goddess of love and money and resources, working with Jupiter to help move you towards this expansive energy. And then right before the eclipse, literally 2 days before, we're going to have a Mars square. So let me get rid of this and show you the Mars square. So Mars, and it will be in a direct square to, not that one, sorry, the nodes. The nodes are the direction in life in which we're going. The north node is where we're moving towards. It's unknown territory. And the south node is where we've come from. And Mars is this, it's a 90-degree angle. It's a tension point that says you have to choose, either go back to the way it was or move forward, but you can't have both. And so 2 days before this eclipse, literally, this is the energy that's going to be pushing you to make that final leap to where you're going. All right, so let's dive in to see who is in the queue. I want to check out, hey, sweetie pie. I'm going to move you up because I do have a couple other people, but I do not see them in the queue yet. And I know that they asked me to wait for them, so yay. Hey, and Juanita, so glad you're here. And Hateful Biscuit, hello, how are you? Hi, Carmen. All right, hey, Juanita. Okay, so let me transition here and pull up your chart, my dear friend. All right, so I'm going to pull up your chart first just to talk a hot second about you, because I know that we've talked about you before, and I want to remind you about what's happening and give you a heads up of why you might be feeling things. I know you wrote me a note that says you know that something's like happening and you know that it's going to be big, but is it finances, business, home, shift? What is it? Well, with you, I want you to remember that you have this square, this cross. You have your south node, your north node, and you've got Saturn and the sun all at a crossroads here. So whenever anything happens to one of these planets in your life, it activates all of them. We call this a skip step. I think I've discussed this with you before, and it really propels you or pushes you. It makes you so uncomfortable that when it affects your sun, the sun directly affects Saturn. It opposes it of your 12th house of fears, and then it's a square to your north node in Cancer of feelings and intuition. Look, North Node in Cancer is like, pay attention to your dreams and pay attention to like the goosebumps or the feelings or the knowing, because that's what you are leaning into with a North Node moving towards comfort and feeling. And a South Node of Capricorn. Having a South Node in Capricorn sometimes means that we stay too long in a situation for fear of like, I promised, I said I would do this. I said I'd stay in this job. I said I'd stay in this relationship. I said I would do this. That's what Capricorn South Node energy can be. And so the square to this being activated is really saying, yeah, I need to be released from that. I need to like let go, let flow, and move forward. All right. So again, reminding you of this, and then let me pull in what's happening in your chart and talk a little bit more about that. So you are going to have this eclipse, and I'm going to circle some things because then it'll make it a lot visible for you. The North Node is currently sitting on top of your Mercury. Oh, you cannot even see this. I didn't share it yet. There we go. There we go. So the North Node, your direction in life that you're supposed to be moving towards, is sitting at 6 degrees on top of your Mercury. The way that you communicate in Aries, I have to take the initiatory. I have to step boldly into this. Now remember, this is a square, and so it opposes your Saturn of, I feel a little uncomfortable with this. You have Venus here. Venus is only a few degrees off of your Pluto and your Saturn in your 12th house. Venus in your 12th house makes it a little bit easier to tap into your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability to do things that are behind the scenes that can rid you of the self-sabotage, to release you from the fear in order for you to move towards your North Node. You are also having a Mars square Mars. I'm going to back up for just one more second. This is important because Mars is going to be here for a very long time, activating how do you feel secure about your home, your feelings, your money, your resources, wanting to travel, wanting ninth house topics include education, religion, philosophy, beliefs. All of this comes into play, and Mars is going to station retrograde here. So not only are the new eclipses shifting the cycle of the Aries part of your life, your 6th house. Remember, we're at this hybrid of my day-to-day living. I have to take care of myself, and I have to confront my fears. I have to tune into what the universe and the other dimensions or angels and guides are saying to you. I have to make sure that I take time to heal myself. And in that, the eclipses are then going to start to shift into 5th house topics and 11th house topics, which include what brings you joy and pleasure and creativity and taking the risk. And the 11th house topics for you, which will include your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. All of that is going on at the same time. And then Mars is going to make you feel uncomfortable, saying you have to take the initiative. You have to take the initiative. And it's going to go back and forth over your North Node. Mars, when it moves over an area, Mars cuts and severs, and it removes people, places, and things quickly. And with your North Node in the sign of Cancer in your 9th house, this is you getting really crystal clear on where do you want to go, what do you want to study, things that you want to do, places that you want to travel, and making sure that you are focusing on you and not others. It's in a harmonious aspect with your 1st house of self. So I love all of this for you. Things are going to really pick up. I encourage you, because as a Scorpio rising, you're already in tune to like the energy of what's going on. I encourage you to look at how you are reacting, try to flow with it, and tune into, oh gosh, how can I put this? Look, Scorpio, you're already psychic. You're already intuitive. You are familiar with birth, death, and rebirth and transformation in your life. And with a sun in Aries, you know that you have to strike first. You have to make the initial step to move forward. And when this comes up, because there's going to be a lot of things coming up, you're basically sitting there coiled up and saying, I'm ready, and I'm going to accept it and strike when it's time. And so it's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Yes, and you have been taking care of yourself. That's really good. All right, I'm excited for you. This is going to be quick, hard, fast. I love that the eclipses are going to move into your 5th and your 11th with the Pisces eclipse, because this is in a harmonious aspect to who you are. I do, and I know it's time to move. I am ready. Oh, I'm so glad, because Pisces dissolves. Pisces is the water. And as a Scorpio rising, you know everybody that's within your sphere. I am sending you a big fat hug. I really appreciate you being here. All right, thank you. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. Thanks, sweetie pie. All right, Janine, thank you for waiting in the queue. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, you're a Leo baby. I'm a Leo baby also. Alrighty. Let me get 10:50. I double check and triple check. I appreciate everybody's patience, but it's that perfectionism. I don't like to make mistakes. So, yeah. Let's see what we got here. All right, Janine, I greatly appreciate you being here. All right, so there's no question, which I absolutely love because that means I have free reign to roam around your chart. And I'm going to move it on over and take a look. So I use whole sign and Placidus. I'm starting off with whole sign. You're a Taurus moon, Taurus rising, and a Leo sun. We have a lot of things in common here, just different parts of the chart. All right, so okay. I see where everything's at. Let me pull this chart out and move forward with the bi-wheel. So let's talk about the eclipse with you and things that are going to be happening. All right, so currently you have this huge stellium in the sign of Virgo. You have Uranus, you have Pluto, you have Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. That is a lot of Virgo energy. So I'm sure that you get it when I say I'm going to stop and slow down and pause because I don't like making mistakes. Thank you for giving me free range when reading the chart. Currently, you're having this the sun activate. Having Virgo in your 5th house offered you this new moon just recently, a week and a half ago. Actually, it was a week and a day ago. And so you had this new moon in your 5th house of, I want to start something fresh. I'm ready to begin something new with creativity, with children, healing the inner child. The 5th house is love affairs, investments. It's all topics that revolve around nurturing and caring that have to bring joy and pleasure. It's creative self-expression and creative outlets with risks and hobbies. And so you having all of this Mercury energy here, I can do it as long as I have a plan. I want to be organized. I want to be structured. I want to be and it can be OCD at some point. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have this eclipse and it's going to be activating. Let me show you here. I'm going to circle all of these so you can see them happening. What's happening is you're going to have a sun at 25 degrees. It's going to activate your Pluto and your Uranus. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, and rebirth, of I need to transform, and Uranus is shocking and surprising, and I don't want to have to go with the flow. I need to think outside the box. The sun in Virgo here is really going to push you outside of your comfort zone to take a chance, to take a risk. This isn't a harmonious aspect to yourself. You have Uranus sitting, or it will be sitting exactly on top of your moon. Your moon in Taurus likes everything solid and stable and comfortable, and why get up? Why do anything about, we like things the way they are. Don't change it unless it has to be changed. And so with Uranus sitting on top of your moon, it's chaotic energy that makes you feel uncomfortable until you're pushed to move. It's in a harmonious aspect saying that this is for your best and highest good. You have Pluto in your 9th house of studying, religion, philosophy, belief, travel, connecting with foreign people, places, and things, saying, you need to transform this area. You need to get outside of your comfort zone. You need to move forward. Well, moving forward, the kite formation is leading us to the moon conjunct Neptune. The moon in Pisces dissolves all boundaries, dissolves limitations. And so connected to Neptune, it blurs the lines. In your 11th house, it brings in topics of These are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals. These are the people that I connect with. And so what might happen is there could be people leaving your life that you were part of a group and it no longer serves you. Maybe you were in a book club, maybe you were in a bowling league. This is about clubs and organizations. It's where we volunteer to be of service. It's also our work related group connections, and it's also our kindred spirits or our social circles. And so this may dissolve some of these connections because a full moon is illuminating something that you didn't see before, and it'll create this ending. And not all endings are bad. In order for there to be a new beginning, you have to have an ending. And so this may be uncomfortable, but it's going to be a push for you to say, I need to be focused on my goals, my dreams, and I need to be able to let go, let flow. I need to release this hold that I always have of wanting to have control or wanting to have this direction. I need to be able to trust the universe for where the universe is going to send me for my best and highest good. I love all of this for you. Let me skim around. Oh, and you're having a nodal return. Okay, hold on one more second. This will be really quick. You, starting last fall, last September, October, starting having a nodal return. That's when the two nodes align back up with where they were when you were born, and it's a realignment of your life in order to move forward. It literally is asking you to take a deep dive and work through fears, work through paying attention to your subconscious or your intuition and undoing, and to deal with any subconscious issues that you may have, and work on karmic debts so that you can heal and renew. So you have about 6 more months left of this cycle before it moves on. So absolutely perfect for you to be realigning, and in order to heal, because healing comes from you having to take the initiative of your own journey, your own destiny. So Janine, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. I greatly appreciate you being here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let me see who is next in the queue. Let me see who is next in the queue. All right. All right. Marie, thank you for waiting. Good Lord. There we go. 19. All right. I don't know why. All right. All righty. Let me. All right, so your question, what is my ideal career, job, vocation, and a way to make money? I'm all about that. Let's do it. All right, so let me pull up your chart first and take a little look at that. All right, Marie, let's see. All right, so you are a Saggy rising. So knowing that you're Sagittarius rising, you should always follow Jupiter in your chart wherever it is. And so your Jupiter is in Libra, and it has been activated by the eclipses. And I'm going to talk about where it is transiting. But being ruled by Jupiter, it's expansive energy. Jupiter takes the hit of all the other asteroids so that they don't hit any of the inner planets. Let me go back a little bit. Your south node is in Virgo and your north node is in Pisces. So we're going to have the eclipse activating that, and you have your sun in Gemini. All right, so let's talk about your career. A career in Virgo, which is going to be really highlighted as we move forward. I'm going to pull up a bi-wheel so we can talk more about this. Having your South Node in Pisces, if you believe in past lives, let's say that you do, you come from a space of, I gave everything for faith, hope, and belief. And, or I was organized, I was structured, and I lost everything. And in this lifetime, I need to be paying attention. I need to be moving towards my North Node. I need to follow where my intuition leads me. I need to be able to go with the flow and not work from a space of fear. Let's talk about your career. So, there we go. What I love about this for you is that, here we go. We are currently, oh goodness, there we go. Because you cannot see my wheel. Now you can. You are currently having the nodes transit Aries and Libra. So Aries and Libra starting last fall was the identity. Who am I and who am I with other people? It activated your Chiron, your wound of you saying, what can I do? What am I worthy? Creativity, things that I want to do. And the South Node in Libra of how do I find a balance with all of this? You are coming up on a nodal return. This, actually, it's going to be starting the 17th. You're going to have an eclipse. And with this eclipse, you're going to have the sun in your 10th house, truly illuminating your career, your job, everything. And it's going to be sitting square on top of Pluto. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, and rebirth. It's where the seeds were planted before we were born, and it needs time and the right atmosphere, the right temperature in order for it to grow, change, and evolve. And that's where the shift is going to happen. So you are having, let me pull all of this together so you can see it. The sun is going to be focused on your career and how you have to transform it. You should have had a new moon on the 2nd of September that topics would have included my job, my career, my public life, authority, personal ambition, reputation. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Now, the full moon is going to push you to let go of something big. And this will be the first of this eclipse series. And this could mean a move. During the next 18 months, when this node here moves into your 10th house, and this one moves into your 4th house, over the next 18 months, the nodes activating the 4th and the 10th house usually bring about a change in career, a leaving of a career, a retirement from a career, and a move of a home, a downsizing, or a getting bigger, or people moving into your home. What's going to motivate or help this is Pluto in your 2nd house. Pluto dipped back into your 2nd house of your money, your resources, your cash, your property for a second go round. Like, I need to check one more time. What is my skill set? Let's talk about my income, my possessions. I need to transform this area of my life. I need to take charge of this. What do I truly value and who do I truly value? This full moon is going to illuminate what you can have and what you can really go without. Uranus will make hard and fast, quick shifts and changes to everything. And this will be your day-to-day life and your day-to-day habits. Having Virgo at the top of your chart is being in a career or a job that's meticulous, that needs to be organized, that needs to be structured, that needs to pay attention to all of the fine details. Being ruled by Sagittarius, you have Jupiter. I'm going to get rid of all of this so you can see it. You're ruled by Jupiter. And so Jupiter being in your seventh house of partnership, the seventh house is also clients, one-on-one relationships, best friends, significant others. And so this could be you working the system to say, hey, I'm, meeting this person or with this client in order to change or shift something that has to do with your job. When you start this nodal return, in a couple weeks, so it's really shifting you towards it, it will be a realignment of a focus on what do I want for home and what does my career, job, or responsibilities look like. Anything that for you job-wise should be something where you can dive into the information and quickly go over it and check it for facts and for details. It's Virgo at the top is like it's everything has a place. Everything is structured, and how can I help somebody else find those things in their life, either for your own business or for them. I am excited about this because you're having a Mars return. This happens every 2 years. Along with this Mars return, a little heads up because Mars is going to station retrograde in December. So whatever you're starting now with shared resources, this includes alimony, child support, debt, or investments, you will go back over and cut and sever, and like this could be cashing out or like trimming the fat of some things before it's over. And so this will be a long process to move forward with. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense, Marie, to you. All right, I don't see any. I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I'm excited because this is going to bring a shift in career. Like the sun sitting on top of Pluto, it literally means the death of something old and the transformation of something new. Pluto, think of it as the Scorpio, not Scorpio, sorry, of the phoenix, that it dies out in the ashes and then it's reborn, or of a snake. Once it has outgrown its skin, and that's what you're doing with a job or a career, that you have to shed your skin in order to do better and to move forward. All right. So thank you, Marie. I appreciate you being here. All right. Yep. Hey, Wendy, you are in the house. Okay, I'm sure I have your chart. Hold on. Yes, I do. Wendy Knight. All right. Oh, and a beautiful tip. Wendy, like, I'm sending out a big heartfelt thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. All right, so Wendy, let me talk about you. Let me get rid of some of these charts here. No questions in the queue for you. So, love and money. I got that. I got you, girlfriend. Okay. So let me pull you up. Okay, let's talk about the eclipse that's going to be coming up. All right, what I love for you, like what I first see. Okay, first, I want to talk about you are having a Jupiter return. Jupiter return happens once every 12 years. Take advantage of this opportunity. It started when Jupiter first went into Gemini several months ago, and it's going to be here until spring. Again, it happens every 12 years. And so this is in your first house of who you are, your identity. This is expansive, and it's about happiness and wealth and vitality. The first house, I always say, it's like your business card or your website. Because Jupiter rules your seventh house of partnership, this is you saying, how do I change and evolve myself for my best and highest good and attract those people to me? I want to share with you about this next eclipse. So we're going to have, here we go. We're going to have the sun illuminating the moon. And we're going to have a harmonious aspect to Uranus and Pluto. So here we're going to bring in a little bit of that, like a love and money. The sun is focused on your fourth house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, and saying, all right. And it is pretty darn close to Pluto conjunct Uranus here. Like, you are having a Uranus square Uranus, and I'm sure you're ready for this to end. It'll end in the spring. when Uranus moves into Gemini, and then it'll be like all kinds of shock and surprise. I'm going to back up for a second. Having Jupiter in your first house of self, it not only expands, it allows people to be able to see you. It expands things that you are starting or launching or doing, or you being seen. And this could expand your mind, your body, and your spirit. Uranus is going to follow Jupiter into this house. So all the things that you're going through now is preparing for next spring when Uranus comes in here, and then it will be upsetting the apple cart with shock and surprise everybody with your internal evolution to be shown to everybody else, like as external. So you have the sun in your fourth house of family and home, and it's in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in your eighth house. I need to transform where my money and my resources are at. The eighth house revolves around topics of debts, obligations, taxes, inheritances. It's also the house of deep psychological connection and transformation. So this could be exes, but it can also be your connection to family members, and how are you transforming this? Pluto spent many years here, then went into Aquarius, and then decided to dip back in for one last go round of a let's go back, and I forgot something. I need to fine tune and tweak this. And so you are working on your resources where they are combined with other people, and your connections, like your deep connections that you have with intimate people in your life. And this is healthy boundaries, connections to them, and like literally getting rid of. Pluto will be moving forward, and so this will be okay, I'm ready to shed that, I'm ready to transform it. Having Uranus in your 12th house during this time is, I'm ready to let go of being isolated, being alone. I'm ready to focus on taking the deep journey in order to heal and renew. And Uranus is think outside the box, and it is connection with other people. And think of it as like lightning. And it's like in the sky, it's air, it's up there. And so this is you doing behind the scenes work. And I would not be shocked and surprised by some of the things that you're doing behind the scenes, but other people might be. And so this is you doing the work, like we call it shadow work or shamanic work. Like you are doing the work behind the scenes and saying, I'm ready for some things to be revealed. I'm ready to move on. There's going to be some kind of a big ending, some kind of a big closure that's going to come from this full moon that's going to lead up to the 17th. And Neptune is going to dissolve these people, places, and things. This could literally like be leaving of a job, or something that has to do with your reputation, or you make your mark on society, or your personal ambitions. You might decide, I've reached this pinnacle and I'm done. With this, the change that comes from this is it's you stepping into your authentic self. And so invest your money wisely. And this is all about you and a career, and don't let it dissolve your money. Oh, you're having your Saturn return also. Yep, you and I are both. A second Saturn return. I think we've talked about this before. A second Saturn return is, the first Saturn is we're trying to get our life together. We're just learning our first lessons in life. Happens around the age of like 29, 30. And then we spend the next third of our life working towards a goal. We are now in this era of our life where we say, did it matter? Did it mean something? What can I do now that brings me spiritual fulfillment? How can I connect and do what I feel drawn to do? I want to make sure that the next third of my life that I'm able to share and give back and connect with others that are like-minded. All right, Wendy, a lot of stuff going on here. I do want you to pay attention. Okay, so sorry. Just one more thing. I know, I'm so sorry. I do want to give you a heads up. You have Mars in Cancer in your second house of your money and your cash, your property, your resources. Mars is going to be stationing retrograde in December. Mars going through your second house brings a topic of where I have to initiate and cut and sever some things from my budget. This could be your salary, your income, your possessions. Like, what is the most meaningful to you in order to get what you want to get? And when Mars stations retrograde, you'll be cutting and severing some things. This could be, I like going through the cupboards and saying, why do I have all these things from these family members? I don't even feel connected to this. I'm ready to clean it out. Or, no, I know my value, I know my worth, and this is what I'm asking for a salary. All right, Wendy, air hugs, my friend, air hugs. Let's see who is next in the queue. All right, Beatles, I have your birth information, but I do not have your time. If you could please hit me up in the queue while I pull up your chart. But in the chat, yeah, please share it in the chat. So Beatles, I really need that because I have your birth information. 620, okay. So please share it in the queue so I can, okay, Evansville. Got it. Oh, for crying in a bucket. Hold on. Thank you, Beatles. Greatly appreciate it. Let me pull up your state. Okay, I think I got everything here. Okay, let me read. A big opportunity to appear in a solar eclipse in April. Oh, you couldn't take it. Oh, I made a vow to yourself you'd move to California when he graduates next May. I get it. I'm looking around and I see I've made decisions that could permanently keep me. Oh, something deep down. I know I don't want to do. How have I gotten so far on my path in the last 5? Oh. Okay, let's talk about your path. Okay, Beatles. First off, thank you for trusting me. I greatly appreciate you. Okay, you told me that on the solar eclipse in April, if I didn't take advantage of that opportunity, I'd regret it. Oh, dang. I don't like being right. Like in that instance, my heart goes out to you. Okay, I look at it as when we have a lesson and it hits us hard, and then you can now say, I've learned it, and now you definitely have to be focused on yourself. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a bi-wheel, and we're going to talk about what you need to do, or what, okay, I shouldn't say need, what I would encourage you to do to move forward, because look, life is short. We need to live with no regrets. We need to live moving forward for ourselves. Okay, so here we go. All right, so you had and are having a nodal return. I absolutely love this because it started last fall, and it started September, October, and it was a focus on Aries, you and your identity. I need to travel. I need to study abroad. I need to study religion, philosophy, beliefs. I need to connect with foreign people, places, and things. I have to do this. And the North Node is pointing you in that direction, saying, if you don't, I will make you so uncomfortable. I will make you so unhappy that you have to do it. You will feel like it's this missed opportunity. The South Node in Libra is, where have I made accommodations for other people? And I need to find a balance between this. I need to not always take from my cup in order to fill up other people's cups. So this eclipse series is not over. We are working through almost like we're ending it, but we have 6 more months of this. What's going to happen is, let me clear all this so I can bring it all in. The sun is going to be focused on your money, your cash, your property, your resources, like you focused on your finances. Now, the full moon is going to be in your 8th house of your shared resources. And it's also the house of deep psychological healing, and it's trauma, but it's the knowledge that comes from and the wisdom of going to a counselor, going to a mentor, and saying, I see it, I understand it, and I need to move forward with healing. Now, Uranus is transiting your 10th house, and Pluto is transiting your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. This forms a kite. I don't know if you were here at the beginning when I was like drawing the lines that show all this, but the sun is in a harmonious aspect saying, I am going to focus on your money, your resources, and I'm going to work with Pluto in your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. Of you have to take care of yourself. You have to make yourself a priority. If you don't make yourself a priority, you are taking care of others before meeting your own needs, then that in turn becomes a form of slavery. Pluto is now going to be moving direct, and Pluto dipped back into your 6th house to remind you of some of these lessons. Uranus at the top part of your career, of your 10th house of job and responsibilities, can mean a quick shift in a career or a job or a relocation of. This is not a bad thing. This would be a quick shift that becomes hard and fast. Because the full moon is going to be conjunct Neptune, this will dissolve some. This can dissolve money, where you've had your money invested into, I don't know, like it's your money invested in other places or invested with other people. The 8th house belongs to debts and obligations and taxes and inheritances and wills, but it's also the house of birth, death, and rebirth. And so this is going to be sitting on top of your Jupiter. How can I take my money that I've invested with other people or that we have brought together? There will be some kind of a culmination, a closure, an ending. This could be a cash, a payout, or money that comes to you. Jupiter in your 8th house is giving you this opportunity to expand upon these resources in order to move forward and use these resources. What's going to also come from this is the North Node. I'm sorry, that's my dog sleeping. Dreaming. Sorry, he's woofing in his sleep. The North Node is going to move into your 8th house and the South Node into your 2nd house, bringing in topics of I have to invest wisely, and that means in people, places, and things. The sign of Pisces is watery, it's psychic, it's intuitive, it's flowing, and it's letting go of. You just had this new moon a week and a day, that was in your 2nd house of money and resources, and you saying, hopefully you were focused on your cash, your property, your what you need in order to feel secure. This full moon may show you that what you asked for in order to be secure may not be exactly what you need. Do you really need everything, or can you do without some of it? And is that with a connection to some people? The 8th house is who we are deeply bonded with, and this can be family members, business partners, significant others, and exes. And so this could be dissolving this in order for you to go where you need to go and do what you need to do. Having so what's going to happen is we are in, they call it's like a hybrid eclipse. We are at the end of Aries and Libra and the beginning of Virgo and Pisces. And so you're going to have this eclipse that's going to end some things that have to do with you connected to other people or your money or your resources, and it will be a quick, hard and fast, didn't see it coming. And this could be like losing money or cashing out or getting money from somebody passing away, or taxes, or this could be a healing that comes from a transformation. And along with this, 6 months later, you're going to have the last of the Aries and Libra eclipses before they finally move into your 2nd and 8th. So they happen in like 3 stages. The first one activates and shows us where we need to be paying attention. and you heard it, and then the second one does it again, and this time it does it with greater strength, and you didn't flow with it, you didn't follow, and so now you know it's going to happen one last and final time, and you have 6 months to make sure that you are in line with where you're going to go and what you're going to do, and make sure that you are focusing on your wants, your needs, your desires, because moving into Pisces brings deep psychological healing from past traumas. So Beetles, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Beetles. Sending out a big fat air hug to you, because look, I've learned those cruddy lessons of I don't like to live with regret. Easier said than done. And so, yeah, we learn those lessons. So it's not over. You're going to have one more shot. You got this. All right. Juanita, thank you for waiting in the queue. I keep spelling it wrong. Sorry. Juanita. Hold on. Got it. Alrighty. And I think I got it. Let's see here. Oh, good. All right, Beetles, I'm going to read it. Fascinating. Oh, thanks. Thank you. The last one. You do have one last and final time. Oh, you know what? Thank you very much for those kind words about the true calling, because it's hard to explain it. I dream it. I know it. I feel it. And to be able to explain it to somebody else, like my husband, to just say, follow me blindly, follow me with faith and hope that this is where I'm going and this is what I'm going to be doing, with no concrete proof. He's a good man. He's a good man. He trusts me. All right, air hug back. Oh yeah, I know. Did you hear my dog dreaming? All right. All right, so Beetles, I heard you. All right, Juanita, thank you for allowing me to dive into your chart and have free reign to take a look around. All right, let's see here. You are Sun, Aquarius. Okay. Moon in Aries. Okay. Oh, you were born with Pluto at the 29th degree. Anything that's born at the 29th degree, or like the 0 or the 1st degree, those are anaretic degrees. I call them like a final exam lifetime. And so you have already done Pluto in Libra before, and it's like you got to get it right in this lifetime, and I know that you will. I absolutely know that you will. All right, so let me pull up your a bi-wheel with what's going on with you. Because we have this big eclipse happening, Juanita. And, oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to start off with the sun in your 4th house. So you just had a new moon here on September 2nd. New moon in your 4th house of your home, your family, your foundation. The 4th house represents your living situation, your personal life. So you just had a new moon of, I want to get organized. I want this to be solid and stable and reliable. Now what's going to happen is there's going to be this harmonious aspect with Pluto and Uranus that's going to be trine to the sun, as the sun illuminates an ending of some sort with the moon conjunct Neptune in your 10th house of career. Now, the eclipses are going to be activating the Virgo Pisces part of your life, of your 4th house, of where do you live, how do you live, what does it look like, your past, your 10th house of career, reputation, the legacy that you want to leave behind. Generally, when the eclipses activate your 4th and 10th house, you have an 18-month period that usually brings about a move, a transition of leaving a job or retiring from a job, or moving from a home, downsizing, somebody moving into your home. And so this could bring about a big ending or closure or culmination. This Pisces eclipse that's in your 10th house is Pluto in your 8th house. It's the planet of death and transformation. In the 8th house of shared resources, like possibly your investments, like, okay, am I going to be cashing some things out? There needs to be something that changes here. Uranus in your 12th house brings about topics of, I need to overcome my worst fears, and if I don't do this fast, I will never do this. And so with the culmination of an ending in your 10th house, it will bring about or illuminate something that you didn't see before. And so the ending can be quick. It can move you on to a different career. This could be, I'm leaving this job, moving on to this one, or this could be quitting, retiring, getting fired, or shifting from one to another. The 10th house brings in all topics of success or achievement. So maybe this is the culmination of being acknowledged for success or achievement. And I know with some it's responsibilities, and so there could be an ending to some major responsibilities that you have been working on. As you are a Gemini rising, I want to remind you that you are ruled by the planet of Mercury. So wherever Mercury goes, you need to pay attention to, because Mercury rules over your 4th house of home and it rules over your 1st house of self. Whenever Mercury stations retrograde, you will feel it in the house that it is in, and then you will also feel it with your identity, things that you want to launch, things that you want to do, things that you want to say, writing, like connections with email, phone, text, contracts, and with your home. And so, yeah, let me look at this, see if there's anything else that like jumps out at me. I love your Saggy partnership sector of your life with Jupiter there. Oh, because you have Jupiter currently in your 1st house of self, bringing all kinds of opportunities, different opportunities into who you are. Look, Gemini risings are like two people in one body. It's male and female. It's hot and cold. It's here and there. It's able to really be. It's something and everything in each moment. I absolutely love this for you. So Juanita, thank you. Thank you for sharing your chart with me. Thank you for allowing me to skim through this. And yeah. Okay, like one more thing, just a quickie, sorry. You do have Mars in your 2nd house of your cash, your property, your money, your resources. Mars is going to be stationed retrograde in December. It's going over your North Node. When it stations retrograde, meaning it will go backwards of what do I need to cut. The North Node is the direction in which you need to go, but the 2nd house represents you looking over your bills, things that you value, your talents, your skill set, your salary, your possessions, your value system, how you support yourself, what you need in order to be secure. With Mars going over top of your North Node, it will cut, sever, and remove anything that does not serve you for your best and highest good. So yeah, all right. Thank you, Juanita. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you being here and trusting me. Let me see who is next in the queue. All right. Oh, good. Carmen. Thank you, Carmen, for waiting. Greatly appreciate that. Let me double check your time. 19, all right. Okay, I think I spelled it all right, and it should take, let's see. All right, Juanita, you are very, very welcome. Carmen, hi there. You're looking forward to the reading? I'm looking forward to the reading with you. Oh, you give me free reign. Thank you very much. And what do you have to pay attention to? Excellent. I love that. All right. So first, I want to talk just a hot second about who you are as a person. Like, this is a lot of Aries energy, and so seeing all of this going on in your first house of self, these eclipses since last fall have really been a focus on you initiating things for yourself, you taking the lead. What are you cutting away? How are you limiting yourself with business partners, significant others, friends? How are you making yourself first? I love this for you. And you have your south node in Sagittarius and your north node in Gemini. All right. Chiron at 29 degrees. Okay. Now, I don't know what your thoughts are on past lives, but usually when a 29th degree is an anaretic degree. So it means that you are redoing in order to, like, it's a final exam. This is a final exam lifetime. You got to get it right. Chiron is our wounds, and how do you work with and how do you handle your wounds? Like, how do you heal from them? Because we don't heal from them. Like, if somebody dies or if something happens, we never really like get over it. It just shapes and shifts and changes who we are. We evolve and grow with it, hopefully. All right, so let me transition here and put up a bi-wheel of what is going on with you with this next eclipse series. Oh, good. Glad you believe in past lives, because if that's the case, like your south node, hold on. Your south node is where you've come from, and the north node is the direction in which we are going to. So having a south node in Sagittarius usually means that you left your home and you left for a cause in order to support everyone else, like a group, like truly a cause, and you traveled and it didn't go well. Like, we look at the south node as where things ended, and it's pretty darn close to Uranus, so we look at it as shocking and surprising that the ending came and you were not at home. And so in this lifetime, you're going to focus on north node. You're going to bring in that faith and that hope and that belief, but you definitely have to find all the facts and the details. You cannot just trust somebody blindly. And so what happens is, in this lifetime, we bring in with us some of the lessons again to learn over again in a different way, and we relive them until we recognize them and we grow, change, and evolve from them. So let's talk about this eclipse that's going to be happening. The sun is going to be focused with your sixth house of your day-to-day habits, your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health and well-being, getting rid of bad habits, pets. The sixth house brings in your daily routine, but it also brings in, how am I of service to other people? How can I support other people? But I first need to take care of myself. Now, the sun is going to be in a harmonious aspect with Uranus in your second house, sitting on top of your Chiron moon, and Pluto at 29 degrees, really close to your MC, like within degrees. And so the sun is working with both of these planets. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, and rebirth. It's the planet of transformation, how we have to heal and grow, like a skin, like the snake shedding its skin. And so this is in your career sector. It's dipping back in there saying, is this the job that you really want? Is this the career that you really want? How do we change? How do we evolve? How do we grow? Because if this isn't what you want, how do you change where you're at, or how do you shift and go elsewhere? Now, Uranus in your second house is bringing in topics of how do you support yourself with your money, your skill set, your cash, your property, sitting on top of your Chiron wound. I don't want to work from a space of fear. And if I don't close my eyes and leap, I may never leap. Uranus is, it's electric. It's like an earthquake. It comes through and it's shock and surprise, and it's when we solve a problem by thinking outside the box. It's not traditional. It's everything but traditional. Now, this is all showing us, because it's a kite formation. I don't know if you caught the beginning, because this becomes a trine, and then all of this points to the full moon. So literally the sun is the anchor of the kite, and the full moon is the opposite of the direction in which we need to go. You are going to be pulled into dreams, intuition, psychic ability, tapping into your subconscious, overcoming your limitations, taking those deep journeys and working with your personal unconscious or your shadow self. This could mean because the eclipses are going to go back and forth between your 6th and your 12th of I need to heal me mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. What does that healing look like? And you taking the reins of this and saying, I'm ready to take the deep dive. The 12th house revolves around topics of karmic debts, and it's not just from grandparent to parent to you, but it's past lives that have been brought in. And so how do you heal from that? What is this through institutions? Is it through yoga? Is it through meditation? Is it through astral travel, astral projection, past life regressions? You tapping into those resources in order to take this deep dive. Now, this is going to be occurring over the next 18 months, but this is going to be the beginning of where you are going to take everything that you've been doing for yourself and saying, I'm now going to heal me. I'm going to focus on my connection to spirit, divine ancestors. Having the eclipses here can open up latent abilities through dreaming or through connection to ancestors or your connection to spirituality. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful for you, and it'll offer you this a space of where you can come for healing. Having the sun in the 6th house is, I need to make this a daily habit. I need to go to yoga. I need to go to meditation. I need to seek out alternative healing practices in order to, this could be through tapping, it could be through sound therapy, anything that's an alternative healing practice. These are going to be the topics that you're going to be approaching and discussing over the next 18 months, but this will be the introduction to it. So I'm really excited for you. Thank you. Thank you, Carmen. I greatly appreciate it. Alrighty.
This guy's name is Taco Feelings. That's his screen name, Taco Feelings.
It's Taco?
Yeah.
Got it? All right. May 14th. I got it. Hold on. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. May 14th. There we go. Oh, for crying out loud. I hold on. Sorry, I hit the button and it didn't save it. There we go. All right. Taco, you are present. Glad you are here. All right, and I'm going to back up to Carmen. Thank you. I'm so glad you're excited. You've been thinking about all these things in the past few weeks. You started today with yoga and breath work. Starting it today, literally we are in the beginnings of the eclipse season. Nobody should be setting intentions or anything. At this point, we are just here to flow with the energy of where the universe is sending us. So Carmen, I'm super excited that you are in tune and in the flow. And Taco, I didn't see a question, so that gives me free reign to zoom around your chart, which I'm happy about doing that. So let me pull up a bi-wheel here for you and see what is going on with you. First off, I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat before, so let me send out a big heartfelt welcome to you. Glad you are here. All right, so let's talk about this. Okay, so for this Pisces eclipse, because you're a Pisces rising, all right, so you better buckle up, because over the next 18 months, the eclipses are going to be shifting into your first house of self. I want you to go back and think about, what were you doing last September, October? because you were having a nodal return. Nodal returns are when life course corrects you to move forward in the direction where you were off course. And so with each of the eclipses, like the September, October, the March 25th and the April 8th, it was like a realignment. And some of it has been hard and fast between your resources and your resources with other people. And the 8th house also brings in topics of who you are connected with on a deep basis or a deep level. Now you are in between eclipses where we're still working on Aries and Libra, and then we're going to shift into Pisces and Virgo. So you thought that the roller coaster ride was over? No, because now the eclipses are going to move into your first house of self and identity, which I absolutely love this for you. This is who am I, and bringing in topics that have to do with partnership. So the sun is going to be, so you just had a new moon a week and a day ago, and it was partnership. This could be with clients, business, significant others, open enemies, exes. The 7th house is not just business partners, but it's marital partners or friends. It's the 7th house is you plus somebody else. And this could be with contracts or negotiations or promises. And it's how do you handle these things also. So you're going to have the sun in your 7th house of partnerships illuminating where you're working and negotiating and talking with other people. Now, it's going to be in a harmonious aspect to Uranus, which is really close to your sun. I love this because it's a sun trine sun. The sun will be at 25 degrees and yours is at 22 degrees. So within 3 degrees, I would say absolutely. Like you will feel drawn. Like I cannot not do this. And Pluto at 29 degrees in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. This is a alignment of what are you willing to let go of. Pluto in your 11th house is that goal. I've reached that goal, or I no longer feel like I need to be connected to these I don't want to just say these people. So the 11th house it's where we want to support the collective. So when I had something similar happening to me, I always volunteered for the Appalachian Service Project. I went every single year. It was who I connected with. And then there just came this time that I didn't have that time, effort, or energy in order to give to them and to give of myself 100%. And so this could be where you are going to look at where are you volunteering or of service to. Like I'm of service to the women, the Rape Crisis Center. And do I reestablish that, or do I say, no, I don't have the money or the resources. I don't have the time in order to give to that. I have to limit my time. You are going to be going through some kind of a transformation of your connection with other people, like social groups or teams or networks. And this could be like leaving a group. Having Pluto finally move forward here will help you truly to realign with where you are now growing into. Having Uranus in your 3rd house of communication, it's short distance travel, it's neighbors, it's siblings, it's cousins, and it's activating your sun of this is where I shine. But Uranus says, look, you don't ever shift or change unless you're forced to. It's like keeping the old computer or the old phone and never updating until the dang thing dies. It's how do I keep up with science and technology and all of those things. Uranus here will really force you to embrace those changes. The full moon, the ending, is going to come within your 1st house of self. Because you are going through a nodal return, and you're not 100% done. Remember, we are at this hybrid time period of ending the Aries and Libra. We have one more in 6 months, and the beginning of Virgo, Pisces. And so this is bringing in partnership, but it's also an ending to who you were, something that has to do with your identity. Having a full moon in your 1st house could be, examples. I finally met my weight loss goal, or I finally was, the 1st house is website, and it's business cards, it's the computer, it's how you present yourself to the world. And so this is you saying, something has been shown to you, and Neptune is going to dissolve it. And now there's going to be an ending of the old you and a beginning that can come from this for the new you. Being a Pisces is watery, psychic, intuitive, and wanting to flow with people and wanting to have a connection to them. Like, you're red and I'm blue, and let's just be purple together. And so this will be an ending of sorts of something that has to do with your personality, your appearance, your self-expression. This could be meeting a goal, maybe desires or habits. I'm finally willing to get rid of that habit, or this is how I want to be seen. It's the energy that you give off to people, and it's self-interest. And so having this big full moon eclipse is going to be highlighting a major ending of who you were and a new beginning. So for some people, it's the ending of being single and now I'm in a partnership. The ending of being like I was a maiden and then I had a baby, or the ending of my like I'm now a grandmother, I'm now a Reiki master. It's the ending of what was and the beginning of something new. And so I am really excited for you to embrace all of this. And I'm going to throw out one more thing. Oh, I should look at the comments. Sorry. Of service to my wife, big time. Oh, I'm telling you. Right? Bless your heart. I love that. I love that. I do want to give you a heads up that you started a Mars return. This started just a few weeks ago. So it was Mars takes 2 years to transit the chart. So you started something that has to do with home and family and foundation and your living situation and your personal life and creating, this could be real estate, property, traditions. You started something new. Oh, and you're expecting inheritances. Okay, I got it. That's where we're going with it. Okay, that makes sense. Now, a little heads up that Mars, right here in the sign of Cancer, is going to, it's going over the area that it will station retrograde in December and January and parts of February. So you're going to start feeling this. The fifth house is the house of love affairs or children or creativity. It's self-expression. It's what I do for joy and pleasure. It's in a fellow water sign. It will be connected to your home and your family and wanting and needing security. And when Mars wants to cut and sever. And so in the sign of Cancer, it's water. And how do I cut and sever through the water? How do I remove some things? And so this could be an opportunity where you're going to be going back and saying, in the fifth house of creativity, cutting out, I don't know, sports, gambling, risk, excitement, in order to focus on children, healing my inner child, or family, or the feeling of security, the feeling of oneness or connectedness to your partner. So Taco, I am sending you a big fat hug. I really appreciate you being here, and I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. I consider your astrology to be sacred information. All right. Hey, Constance, thank you for being in the chart and waiting. Let me pull up your information. All right. Property, Georgia. All right. All right. Retrograde 29th degree of my 12th house is more critical than any other houses. Let's talk about that. Okay. All right, Constance, thank you. And I appreciate you giving me free reign to talk about this. All right, so let's just talk just a smidgen about your chart. Got it. Oh, you are, oh, hello, Selene. Okay, now I've made the connection. All right, so I want to talk about your 12th house for a hot second here. This is a lot of of isolation, of being hidden, of affliction, hospitalizations, institutions. This could be prisons, and it doesn't have to be like the iron bars. It can be the prison of our mind. You have your sun here in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus. That is a lot of staying power that could be staying isolated or staying in the past or staying hidden or staying behind the scenes. The sun in the 12th house is doing things that are behind the scenes. And so the how to work with it is Capricorn energy is I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to get to the top of that mountain. I'm going to go with less food, with, it's cold, the air is thinner. And I'm going to remind you that the 12th house being the hidden house, it's where we clear out our karmic debts. It's where we take the deep journeys and we transcend for the inner healing in order to have our connection to the divine. And so once that has been met, you're able to move forward from it, and you're able to change your mind or move forward with being outspoken or being seen elsewhere. All right, so let me pull up what is going on with you currently. And I want to talk about the eclipse that's going to be happening. There we go. And with that, there we go. With this eclipse, I know you talked about Pluto, and hallelujah for that. Pluto is going to be leaving there really soon. So just let me touch on that for just a second. Pluto has been in your 12th house of isolation, hidden connection to the spirit realm. Having all of this in your 12th house, it can be difficult, but there also are blessings that come with it. Dreams, psychic ability, intuition, connection to ancestors and spirit guides. You're not afraid to do the inner work. And so Pluto at the 29th degree, Pluto moved into Aquarius and then it stationed retrograde. In October, it will be moving out of, and for good. And so Pluto moving into Aquarius, where it will be for the next 20 years of who you are, your identity, all of this inner work that you've been going through, when Pluto moves into your first house of self, it will be like a rebirth, like a reawakening of you sharing your skill sets, your talents, the things that you have learned, like being the mentor, being the guide, being the one who can talk from the years of experience of Pluto. All right, so let's talk about this full moon. The sun is in Virgo. You just had a new moon here, and a week and a day ago, where you were focused on your shared resources or deep psychological healing from trauma, or your the 8th house revolves around topics that are taboo, that we just don't openly discuss at the dinner table, unless you're a Scorpio and they don't mind going there, and which I embrace, I love. They're just not afraid, and not everybody is used to that. And so having the sun in Virgo in your 8th house is, I need to dive into those topics. I need to not be afraid to discuss these things. I need to not be afraid of my shadow self. It's going to be in a harmonious aspect, a trine to Pluto. Pluto, think of it as a snake shedding its skin. I have outgrown this house. I have done the work. I am ready to heal and renew and release myself from these karmic debts. With that, Uranus is in your 4th house of your home, your family, your traditions, your situation of where you live. And the 4th house has to do with your personal life. It's your real estate, your property. It's grandparents and parents, or anybody that lives within the home. Uranus brings shock and surprise to your living situation of the transformation of what is going on with you. The full moon is going to come with your 2nd house conjunct Neptune. Neptune is blurry, it will blend and it dissolves. There will come some kind of an ending. You have a heads up, so I do want to, if you can think about this ahead of time. the full moon will be illuminated by something that you didn't know that was there during the daylight hours. So full moons are showing us things that come in the dark. Like we think we see everything in the daylight because we see the flowers and the bees. And then at night, the bats and the mosquitoes and the lightning bugs and the flowers that bloom at night. So this is something that will be illuminated from the darkness that needs to come to the light, that now needs to end. The eclipses are going to be activating your second house and your eighth house of what is yours money-wise, resources, cash, property, skill set, and what do you have invested with other people. Now this could be debt, this could be obligations, this could be bankruptcy, losses, retirement. The eighth house is who I am connected with, either through family members, business partners, significant others, and I'm going to add in their exes because there's alimony and child support. And so the eighth house brings in topics of deep psychological healing from trauma. And so these two areas of your life are going to be highlighted for the next 18 months. You have been working on communication with neighbors and siblings and cousins and classes and workshops and possibly studying and connection with people far and wide and finding a healthy balance between who are you and your connection with others. And so we are at this hybrid eclipse area of Aries, you, Libra, other people. So you're still working on that for 6 more months. And then you're moving into your second and eighth house of healing and releasing and letting go. The eighth house think of it as ruled by Scorpio, and Scorpio is not afraid to go there. It's not afraid to just like sit there and say, yep, this is what happened. I need to speak to a counselor, a mentor, a guide. I'm ready to talk about this. Having this ending in your second house could be an ending to something that has to do with your values or properties or a talent or a skill set or something that has to do with your income or your possessions. The second house is your mental, emotional, and spiritual resources also. What do I need in order to feel secure? And that's going to be tested over the next 18 months of what do you really value? The eclipses are leaving this area of my life. So like been there, done that. Like I've gone through everything and I'm now becoming like a minimalist. What do I really need? I want to feel connected to others and I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to experience all these things. You're going to identify what do you really hold on to and what are you willing to let go? Release, let go, let flow. And this will be a time for you to focus on not just material resources, but what do you really need? Who do you really need? Who are your closest friends? What makes you feel safe and secure? So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Let me skim around a little bit more. Mars is going to station retrograde in December and January in your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. And so if you have bad habits, now is going to be the time to cut them. When it stations retrograde, it's like, oh, I have to get back on the bandwagon. I have to go to the counselor, the mentor, the dentist. I have to invest in myself. Vitamins, supplements, alternative health and healing. I have to, again, focus on me before I can move forward. Mars will bring all of that of where you had this forward momentum and now you need to like focus back on it where you just got off track, like life got busy. All right, so thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, Celine, very much. Let me see who is next in the queue. All right, Cynthia. All right. Oh, Thea. Sorry, saying it wrong. Thea. All right, Thea. I kind of like that shortened for Cynthia. January 12th, 19th. Got it. I appreciate all of you waiting here and sharing your astrology with me, because I consider your birth information to be sacred information, because it gives me a window into your past and into your future of what are you working on. All right. Oh, you're getting divorced. Will it be okay financially? And will I find love? Let's talk about this, Thea. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So just a couple things. You are a Cancer rising, so that means you're ruled by the moon. So mood changes, mood swings like every other day, being very intuitive, probably being very psychic, being connected to dreams or gut feelings. I encourage you to always follow those. Having a lot of the sun in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, that is a lot in partnership. And sometimes it can mean staying too long. So I am glad that you are looking at freedom and liberation to move out of that situation. Let me look at it. All right. You've got a square to your nodes. I do want to bring this up just briefly. So the nodes are where we came from and where we are going, like past lives and our future of this lifetime. Your South Node in Aquarius is being connected to somebody else, like deeply bonded with their resources connected to your resources. And it went poorly. In, like, we always look to the South Node first as where it went wrong, and we want to repeat it and do better in this lifetime. Your North Node is in Leo, in your second house. I, me, you, Thea. I need to work on my money, my resources, my skill set. I need to take charge of these things. I need to learn these lessons and not convolute or combine my money and my things with other people. Now, there's Neptune in your fifth house in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is the house of Scorpio is the sign of that's deep and watery, intuitive, and it's like a magnet. You're either drawn in or you're repelled. The fifth house is the house of children or of affairs or of creativity, the inner child. You have a square to this, meaning you brought in extra lessons that a square is like it's a 90-degree angle of they call it a skip step or a misstep, that I'm going to bring in some of the same lessons so I can learn them and move forward from them. And so the fifth house with Neptune and Scorpio, this could be topics of children, topics of affair, or topics of trust and love that's given, and where we take risk and excitement, and knowing that you will repeat some of the steps again, possibly with some of the same people, in order for you to learn from them in this lifetime. So let me move over to this next eclipse series of what is going on. So, Thea and eclipse. There we go. All right, so you are going to have this next eclipse series. You just had a new moon in the third house of communication, neighbors, siblings, cousins, and short distance travel. The third house is making new friends and connections. You are having a Pluto trine Pluto, but it's almost done. Like Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Pluto stationed retrograde. Hold on, I'm going to get rid of this so it doesn't confuse you. Pluto was in your seventh house of partnership for years, saying, no, we can transform. The seventh house is you plus somebody else. This is a best friend, a significant other, clients, one-on-one relationships, and I'm going to add open enemies and exes in here. Pluto was here for many years, dipped into the sign of Aquarius, where it was shaking some things up that had to do with trauma, deep psychological healing, because it activated your Saturn and it was getting close to your Mercury. Then it stationed retrograde for one last go round. Let's do this one more time. Let's just try this one. Let's figure this out. It dipped back into your seventh house of partnership to say, which of these partners am I willing to shed the skin because I have outgrown this? Now, the sun is also in a harmonious aspect to Uranus. Uranus is in your 11th house of your dreams, your goals, and who you network with. Uranus will shock and surprise with how do you support the collective? Who do you connect up with? It's the house of book clubs and networking and like kindred spirits and shared creativity. It's your social circle. It's also teams. And so having Uranus here, this has really pushed you. This trine is going to bring about closures and endings that have to do with ninth house topics of foreign people, places, and things. This could be graduating from a class or a workshop. This could be finishing studying abroad, publishing something, legal matters. Having the full moon in the ninth house will illuminate something that you didn't see before. It's probably going to be shocking and surprising, and it's like the final ending. Let's move on. What I want to bring to your attention, I'm going to clear all of this because there's more to the story. Last fall, September, October, the North Node moved into the sign of Aries in your 10th house. I, Thea, need to be focused on my career. I have to initiate. I have to go after. And then the South Node was in your 4th house of home. I have to decide, what does home look like? Libra is the sign of balance. Usually when the eclipses move into your 4th and 10th house starting last fall and then activated again March 25th and April 8th, and then there's going to be one more this spring, that usually means a move and a shift in a career. I need to be moving towards my career, my job, what I want to do. I have to initiate it. I have to be able to release what this home situation looks like. We're in the process of like a hybrid eclipse where the Aries and Libra axis, and then it's going to be shifting over to your 3rd house and your 9th house for the next 18 months. And we just don't start one eclipse series of Aries, Libra for 18 months and then move on to Virgo and Pisces. We shift into it by merging the old with the new. So you're still going to be working on, what do I do for a career? What about my home? And then it will shift into some form of healing and some form of ending that has to do with contracts or negotiations or legal matters. And then there will be some kind of a new beginning with communications and friends and social circles and networks. So I want to bring up one more thing. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Because you're Cancer rising, it's really important. You're having a Mars opposition. This is really going to be a tough time. I'm not going to lie to you. Mars in your 1st house. Mars is a warrior with a sword, and Cancer is water. How do I cut through the water? And this is your 1st house of your identity. I am cutting away at who I was, my personality, my appearance, me being seen, my defense mechanisms, my gestures, my self-interest. I always say that the 1st house is your business, your website, your business cards. Mars is going to be here for an unusually long period of time because Mars only goes retrograde every 18 months. And it's going to be retrograde in the sign of Cancer. So Mars is in your 1st house opposing Mars in partnership. This Mars over here. You with other partners, feeling in opposition to friends, to clients, to significant others, open enemies, exes, and I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to cut away, and then to it'll be like thinning the herd to say, who do I stay with? Who do I go after? How do I initiate? Mars in Cancer has a focus on healing and home and being safe and secure, emotionally, physically, spiritually safe and secure. Mars is going to move forward, but then it's going to go backwards all of December and all of January, and it's going to cause you to go through this period of, what else am I going to trim away about myself? This could be trimming away of a title. Let's say that I was single or I was married and now I'm getting a divorce. Oh, you were. So your title, you were married and now you're going to be single. So that would be trimming away of a title. This could also be the trimming of how you look, how you present yourself. Let's say that you were pregnant and you had a baby, or let's say that you, it's who you are, your identity, and what you're willing. Like I would say, okay, you're gonna change your hair, you're gonna change your looks, probably you're gonna probably change your clothes. You're gonna be changing some things, all about who you are and embracing your true identity of your authenticness, tapping into your intuition, your feelings of what does this feel like? What does home feel like? So Thea, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Thea, for trusting me. I greatly appreciate you being here and being in the queue tonight. All right. Let's see. Hi, Contessa. All righty. I appreciate you waiting in the queue and being here. And if anybody is looking for like new information, I did start a Patreon channel, so I do release everything there first, and then I do have a live Zoom. It's more personal, and we are able to actually unmute and to talk to each other for astrology and for tarot. All right, let's see here. Oh, that doesn't look right. What did I do wrong? Hold on for just a hot second here. Oh, I know what I did wrong. What was your date? Like, that just did not look right. There we go. Okay, that's me. Can't talk and walk at the same time. All right. And you want to know about moving? Oh, Contessa, let's talk about you. All right, I'm going to do a bi-wheel. I'm just going to jump right into this. I love this for you. Okay. Let me look in the queue here. Okay. And so you want to know about moving by next year. All right, Contessa, let's talk about this. So you are going to have the sun in your first house of self, and the eclipse is going to bring about some kind of an ending. This is going to square, you got a Neptune square Neptune. Okay, let me back up. Out of this. You want to know about your career and moving. Jupiter rules your fourth house of your home, your foundation. Jupiter is currently at the top of your chart. Having Jupiter here, literally it's going to be moving on top of your Mars, initiating, do I go after this job? Do I go after this career? Will this offer me a move? Having, it'll also oppose your North Node. You can make anything happen. You just had a Mars return. I want you to think back last month. You had a Mars return of something that had to do with a career opportunity, of what are you initiating? What are you going after? Duality. Mars in Gemini is, I want to start this. And this could be two different activities, two different things for your job. This could also be responsibility. And so along with this could have offered you the opportunity, and there's still time in order to move. Jupiter's going to be here for until next year. Jupiter is going to station retrograde here soon in October. When Jupiter stations retrograde, it's I need to take in all of this information and what can I do with it. You have the ability that if you choose to move, it will be with a career. I want to use my career in order to move. And so this could be working from home. This could be moving out of your home. Look, I really like this for you, but you have until next spring of Jupiter being in your 10th house, and then it's going to move on to your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and who you network to make this happen. You also have Jupiter in your partnership sector. So if you're in a partnership, this could be activating that am I staying here because of my partner? Do I want to move with my partner? Look, I really believe that there have been some opportunities for growth that have come up of a transfer to another job. Having Jupiter at the top of your chart, it only happens once every 12 years. It expands your job, your responsibilities, how people see you. It brings in accolades, or it's your personal ambition. It's success, achievement, and responsibilities. Jupiter here is people seeing you. And if you are wanting to move for a career or a job, you just have to put it out into the universe. I would, at this point, let things flow until, actually, I would let things flow until after this, like in the next 2 months, because this new moon that we just had, you just had a new moon. Okay, I'm going to back it up and talk about that for just a second. You just had a new moon in your first house of your identity. You are ruled by the planet of Mercury. Mercury is going to station retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius in November. This can be, I want to rethink, review, rewind, remodel, redo, all topics that have to do with my home. I want to relocate. If and when this comes up, because it's about being prepared for it before it happens. Like, I knew that I had planned on moving at one point, and so we had done all the work with the house. Now, when it happened, it was quick, hard, fast. The eclipses, they brought it. You are going to have opportunities for you to be doing something with clients or partnership, or with connection with friends. Now, along with this will square, make it uncomfortable that I can do this, but I have to leave this. It'll be hard, it'll be fast, it'll be like I have to leap when it's ready. And in order to do that, I would definitely wait for the Mercury retrograde. I would get all my ducks in a row, knowing that it will station retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius for the month of November. And I know the holidays are not a good time. Like, I moved several years ago, I don't know, like 3 years ago, during, like, I'm a Virgo rising also, during a retrograde at Christmas time. Like, nobody moves at Christmas time, but that's when the planetary alignments were all lined up of rethink, review, reline, like go back and look at like all of the paperwork, look at and have everything ready, remodel the house. What do you want to do in order to get the best amount for it? And then like put it out into the universe. Follow Mercury. Every time it stations retrograde, it will have to do with you and your career. And you can use that to say, and I want to move here. I want to be here. I want to be exposed to this. I want to explore this. Let me look around right now. You are having, like, Saturn is in your partnership sector. I do want to talk about the next eclipse. I know that you didn't ask about partnership, but I'm going to, just for a hot second here, the sun being in your first house of self is in a harmonious aspect to Pluto in your 5th house and to Uranus in your 9th house. It's actually a trine here, and it's in a sextile here. So you are the sun with your first house, and the kite is the direction of where I'm moving towards, or where the endings are coming from. And so the moon conjunct Neptune is blurry, dissolving things, ending some things. This could be, well, this not could be, this is going to be the first of an 18-month cycle of beginnings and endings that have to do with partnerships and clients and connections and contracts and negotiation and intimacy and healing. The seventh house is all about legal matters and social contracts and promises and our one-on-one relationships that we have with other people. During this full moon, it will reveal some things about people that you didn't know before, like during the daylight, and it comes to light during this full moon. And Pluto, here in your fifth house, Pluto is in the house of children or the inner child or risky behavior or affairs. It's the fifth house of risk and excitement. And how do I transform? And I have to be able to push forward. And Uranus is shock and surprise. And if this does not happen, because it's sitting on top of your MC, what you need in order to move forward with your career or your job or education, this is making it so it's making you uncomfortable and will reveal some things, and then will give you the blessings that come from it, the gifts that will be the fallout from the leaving of these people. And this could be, let's say that that they're clients that no longer need your service, or let's say that it's a friend that moves away. Not all endings are bad, so don't always look at this as like this huge traumatic ending. They're sad. Actually, you should probably be able to feel right now the people that may not be in your life next year or next week or next month, that it's dissolving them and letting them go to the wayside. They either don't have the time, the effort, the energy to be in your life, and this could be friends or clients, or this could be contractual agreements that you have with other people. This could be a partnership that's just led its course and you're ready to move on from. And so, Contessa, I am, there is some leaving and a child coming. Oh my gosh, you are so in line with what's going on. I encourage you to stay in alignment, to know that the universe is pushing you towards this, and not hold on tightly. And it can be hard. I'm reminding myself, I have to flow into the new future of my best and highest good. So I have to release, let go, and let flow. So I'm sending you a big, fat, heartfelt hug, and I greatly appreciate you for trusting me with your consultation and for being here. I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. And I hope that you check out my Patreon, and there will be a link in the connection down below. There are 3 tiers, and you can always try the 1-week free trial. And sharing air hugs with all of you. Bye.